So God just taught me a lesson, and it's a lesson that I want to share with you all and whoever's watching. I want to share. So this morning I got up and I prayed, and this thought came to my mind when I was done praying to go to a specific diner. And I thought about this is where I'm going to get to eat. So I began to desire to eat there after, I received the thoughts like, go to this diner. So then I already planned in my mind what I was going to get, what I was going to eat. Cool. So I showered, I got ready, and did all the things I needed to do. And I made my way to the diner. As I'm pulling up to the diner, I see the parking lot is packed. And the diner's already small as is, so the parking lot is small, but it's packed. And I'm looking through the front entrance, and I see so many people waiting. So I drive around both sides of the diner, look through all the windows on the sides to see like how many people were waiting and sitting at the tables and things like that. And it looked pretty packed. And I considered going somewhere else to eat after I had already decided that, okay, I actually want to eat here. Even though it started off as a thought, no, this is actually what I want to eat. So I was contemplating going somewhere else, and the Lord stopped me in my tracks, and I turned around and I found a parking spot. Like as soon as I was like about to decide, okay, maybe I'm gonna just go somewhere else, a parking spot opened up. So I parked and I just went in. And I believe the Lord was telling me to just go in. And he was. Looking back, he was just go in. So I went inside, and the people that were waiting that I saw at the front entrance, they were bigger groups, so they were waiting for a table. But, diners, they have high top seatings and table seatings, if you've been somewhere like Waffle House. So I sat at a high top. I mean, the seat was there. It was open as soon as I walked in. So I walk in, and it took 30 minutes for me to sit down, give my order, get my food back, and eat. 35 to 35 minutes to do all those things. And I even took some time after to have a cup of coffee, because I was just looking at the pot, a fresh pot. I was like, yeah, I'll take one of those before I go, right? And I was talking to my waitress, and I was telling her this story about me coming here. And in the midst of me telling her all these things, I say, impatience will make you end up somewhere you didn't want to be. And, we were talking, and she was like, yeah, just relax. Just relax. And I was telling her, like, my perception just wasn't right. Looking in the diner thinking my wait would be long. But it wasn't as long as I was thinking it would be. So the lesson that God taught me in this was, impatience will make you settle for the low grade of what you wanted, or impatience will make you settle for what you didn't want. And this is something the Lord has been speaking to me in other ways, but like this practical experience really brought it to, just did something within my mind and with my heart, and transform me in a way that I wasn't really expecting. Something so simple, right? But impatience will cause you to settle for less. I would have ended up eating something I didn't want to eat. And that's spiritual. That's extremely spiritual. And that word, God told me that last week. He said, don't force yourself to eat something you don't want to eat. And I saw that today. The meal that I wanted to was so simple, guys. So simple. I wanted some toast, eggs, turkey bacon, and grits. That's all that I wanted. That simple meal. That's it. That's all I wanted. I wanted a simple breakfast. And, some of us may be asking God for things that are so simple. So simple and so easy for him to work out. And he actually already has a plan. And if you would just trust him, he will give you exactly what you want, what you prayed for. This is like really just, my mind is, going in so many places, because a lot of what I'm saying right now are things that God has been speaking to me over the past couple of months and weeks. It's just like this same thing, but lesson upon lesson, and they all connect, right? God is always willing to give his children what they're praying for, right? But you just have to wait. And also, the wait isn't as long as you think it is. Guys, I went in, sat down, took my order, ate my food, 35 minutes, and had a cup of coffee. So add on 5 more minutes. 40 minutes, that's it. That's it. So again, just to reiterate, number one, impatience will make you settle for something you didn't want. You don't have to force yourself to eat something that you don't want to eat. God is willing to give his children exactly what they're asking for, especially when those desires and the things you're praying for align with his will. And number 4, have the right perception in waiting. Your waiting period is not as long as you think. Number 5, be patient. I think that's like the most important thing. Be patient, because it's literally there. It's literally right there. Praise God.